Hey y'all. Hey everybody. I'm just about to go live and talk about some stuff. I'm actually gonna pin this tweet right here. I don't know how to pin it. Oh, I'm gonna pin. I just pinned a comment. Um the comment I pinned is it's about a story that just went up, and for some reason it said boxing, networks, or no, boxing promoters. And it's supposed to be titled boxing networks. They're the ones that I feel are sexist, and that they're not being fair toward women's boxing. Not so much of the promoters, because overall the promoter don't really make all the decisions. There are certain things that the promoter don't have access to. What is this? I know exactly what I was talking about and why. So I'm about to go live with my promoter, because I'm not talking about him in an article. I'm talking about all these other boxing networks, and it's not the promoter. So for those who don't know the order of things, are there's a promoter, and the promoter works with networks. The networks are the decision makers on who fight, when they fight, whatever. So y'all, welcome to my live. My promoter, Dimitri Salita, my boy.
How you guys doing? Good to be with you. Good to be live with you, Claressa. I think this is our first time.
Yeah, it is our first time. So, for those who don't know, Dimitri Salita is the promoter of Salita Promotions. He started out boxing. He boxed. Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, but no, you Ukrainian.
Oh, listen. I'm from the Soviet Union, but I left from the Soviet Union. But when I came, it's Ukraine. So I'm from Odessa, Ukraine now.
Right. So.
And I came to Brooklyn, New York, and started boxing at Starry City Boxing Club. And you and I both have many friends who I grew up with, like Danny Jacobs, Saddam Ali, Shushu was a kid when I was boxing in Starry City, Louis Colazo.
Those who don't know, fought against Amir Khan. I always tell people that, like, it doesn't matter win, lose, or draw, but he fought against him, and Amir Khan is a big name. So
yeah, so as an amateur, I won the nationals, I won the Golden Gloves, I was ranked number 1 in the world, and that's why I fought Amir, and then I progressed to the promoting business. And for those that don't know, I read about Claressa Shields in the Wall Street Journal in 2016 before she won her second Olympic gold medal. And when I read the article, it was just a little mention. I was like, man, this is the greatest boxer coming out of the Olympics, men or women. And I believe today, Claressa is going to have the biggest impact on the boxing world, on the sports world, than any man or women boxer in the sport today. She's a historic figure. And that's what I told Claressa, and I'm very honored and happy that I'm part of her team and part of her historic journey. And we've made some tremendous strides. And I want to say the reason why you see Cecilia Brækhus and Katie Taylor and Michaela Meyer, all great fighters, fight on television is because Claressa broke the door. Because Claressa was the first woman to ever fight as a main event fighter on Showtime. Is because she got great ratings, and because she was willing to fight the best fighters in her division, her weight class, to raise women's sports and women's boxing to the next level.
Yeah, like I feel like fighters, and I just want to say too, like, we all played our certain part, but I was the first, and I think that goes over people's head. Like, I was the first main event up on Showtime, being a woman. I was the first, and in an article that I have pinned, you guys, it's an article, and I guess the topic is like boxing promoters, sexist or whatever. But I wasn't talking about. It's even in the article. I say over and over again, the boxing networks, because the promoters have to work with the networks in order to get me to fight. So my promoter, Dimitri Salita, we fought on HBO, we fought on Showtime, we fought on DAZN. Only network that we haven't hit is PBC, ESPN so far. And
well, we're going through the worst pandemic known to human history, and when bad things happen, people always say, take care of the women and the children first, but women come first. And Claressa is the woman that made it possible for other women to be successful, to make more money. It's because Claressa, you really understood the responsibility that you had from very, very early in your career. And women are making more money in different weight classes all around the world because of Claressa. It's still not what it should be, but it's
Yeah.
more because of Claressa.
And
And
also, too,
and
as far as in the networks, I want to speak on that. Some networks have, like, I know, my last fight was a purse of 350K. And I speak that out all the time because people need to know the number, and I don't have a problem with letting the world know that,
it's
because
good, but it
women
should be
should be
more.
fighting
That's right.
over everything I've done in the sport. The fact that, I got stopped right there, and, now these networks kind of give me trouble and say, oh, no, you're asking for too much and pandemic this and that. And it's like, at the same time, even though you're not cutting the men's check in half. And so when I said the networks, like I said, that goes for, ESPN, Showtime, DAZN, Premier Boxing Champions, especially because they don't even, have any women fight on, So I wasn't talking about like my promoter, because I feel like Demetrius Lita is doing a great job as far as him with me. We haven't fought in over a year. It's also not his fault, And I look at promoter Eddie Hearn. He's doing great things over there up in the UK for the women, but he's also a promoter who also likes to protect his fighters. Like me, my promoter don't have to protect me. You can't throw a wolf to the wolf. You know what I mean? I'm already the wolf.
You're the
So
lion. You're the lion. The king of the jungle.
right. I never had to be protected from them. I mean, I told Dimitri when I first signed with him, I said, I want to fight Christina and him in my 7th fight. If I can get her in my 4th fight for a world title fight, yes. But I ended up getting her in my 8th fight, and I beat her. And she was 24-0, 11 knockouts. And I feel that, like I said, it's a great job with his girls over there, but he's also protecting some of them from some unification fights. And now that he has Savannah Marshall, he's been talking a lot of shit.
Well, Eddie, Eddie got an exclusive deal with the DAZN, and although Katie Taylor, is from over there and he's doing a good job with her, I think that more could be done for women's boxing when you have an exclusive deal with a network. And I feel that when you fought Christina Hammer, that is to me the biggest women's fight of all time, and I think that's gonna stand for a long time until you, Claressa, make a new record of the biggest women's fight of all time.
Yeah, just fighting against the best thing that right now, a lot of the fans, Dimitri, have asking me about my next fight.
Yes.
Who's the best person to talk about it, than you? You can say whatever you want to say about it or whatever you can disclose.
Sure. So sometimes, sometimes, when the people don't let you in the door, you got to build your own house. So working working on an exciting opportunity. And what's great to see is that you just started this Instagram live just unannounced, and we have hundreds of people here following you and commenting and involved in this conversation, which shows how popular and loved you are. So we're gonna do something very special where the boxing fans and the sports fans and supporters of women's rights and all things being right and being equal can support you. And it's something we're gonna announce soon. And I'm very excited about it, and it's gonna be big.
So
I want to say, I want to say it again.
So a fight announcement should be soon, you say?
Yes.
No, because call you when we get here because you're gonna laugh at something. I'll be like, I don't know what's up with people, but I should have a fight announcement soon.
So for boxing fans, I do want to say that we had a couple of fights almost done.
Yeah.
And because of the pandemic and because of the different situations happening with things closing down, we weren't able for it to come together, unfortunately. But it seems to be that things are becoming more stable and we're able to handle the situation in terms of what's going on with the pandemic and things to be vaccination, things to be coming back into play, and we're getting ready to announce something in the next week or so.
Yeah.
And all these people on Instagram, thank you so much for commenting and for talking, but you guys got to tune in when this next thing is announced.
Yes, and of course we're going to go live again, and
again and again.
Too. And just here, the purpose of this live was for the article at the bottom. It was not talking about my promoter, at least. It was actually talking about the boxing networks, which are Showtime, DAZN, ESPN, Premier Boxing Champions, about how they don't support women, how they're the decision makers. If they say we want to have women fight on every pay-per-view card that we ever have, that will happen. But they're the ones who like to say no. They're the ones who tell the promoters, hey, no, we don't want to do women up on this card, you know. And they're the ones feel that, you know, women aren't big enough to sell or whatever. But if you ask me, I think that women should just say, F the boxing networks, and we need to get our own boxing network and do pay-per-views with the best world champions that we have, and just start our own thing, because we may not start off big. If we start off small, sure, but at least we'll know how much we can raise and how much we can get paid, you know. And I feel like me having 374K followers, these are all organic. I haven't bought followers or anything like that. I have a huge following, you know, and I was getting 430K views on Showtime, and now they're getting 125K views, 150K views, and they're paying these men all this money, but they won't even put me on, and I'm the one doing the bigger numbers, you know. And the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, and the numbers are there. So just with that, I feel that women boxers, we have to come together, and I feel like we need to get our own boxing network and just have the best fight the best, throw our own pay-per-views, and you know, show the world what the women boxers numbers can look like, because Dana White did it perfectly. He did it perfectly. Whoever comes up with the idea to have their own women's boxing network, he's going to be a very rich, wealthy man or woman. And you know, it's probably going to be me. I just got to figure this shit out.
I gotta say, the great thing that I see on this chat is that people here from all over the world commenting on how they love Claressa. It's really incredible. Claressa, women's boxing exists in the United States mostly to the extent that it does because of Claressa's success in the ring. So, we're going to continue to make history together and break barriers and doing a lot of incredible things. And we're working on something very exciting. And it's going to be another, even though we've had some challenges in making sure the fight is televised in the biggest and best capacity possible, this is going to be another historic, groundbreaking fight, a big fight. And Claressa said to me, when you get in the ring, I want to fight the best. Yeah. Every time I want to fight the best. And you fought for your world title only in your full professional fight.
Yeah.
So,
with Nikki Alice's ass.
In Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. So for y'all on here, I'm about to order me something to eat. I just finished 2 trainings back to back. You know, I'm down here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I gotta say, Claressa, you look skinny, even though I might see. You know,
I'm working. You know, I stay fight ready. You know what I mean?
How's the weather in New Mexico?
It's cold as hell. It's like Michigan.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
It's snowing? I saw the video with snow. It's snowing?
It's cold down here.
Is there snow?
It snows some days, yeah.
Are you guys in the mountains over there?
No, I'm not in the mountains. You know that. I ain't playing no games with that. I'm actually
who trained out there?
I live in a Jackson Wink dorm.
So who's out there with you?
What you mean?
Like who the fighters that are out there with you? Who are training?
Holly Holm, Johnny Bones. And there's a couple of the MMA fighters out here. So
what's your training schedule like when you're out here?
It's different every day. Like I think on Tuesday I think I trained 4 times, you know, and then the next day I trained 3 times. Today I trained 3 times also. Tomorrow, same thing, you know.
What's the training like? So like what are the 3 training sessions? What are they like?
The training sessions are different. Like I have a training session where I hit mitts, but the mitts are, you know, 1-2 kicks, you know, knees. It's everything mixed together, kind of learning and creating combinations for my body. So, you know, 1-2 left kick, 1-2 right kick, 1-2 hook, right kick. It's so many different combinations. You know, knee, you know, go for a takedown. You know, pads like a simulation of the fight. And then I have jiu-jitsu training where I only fight on my back. You know, I just make sure I don't get in submission holds, and I try to see what I could find that I can get people up in holds and chokes and stuff like that. Been working the hell out of that, and I drill that for an hour, hour and a half, and then I also have too where I do my wrestling training, where you know you fight with the hands, fight for positioning, head positioning, shoulder positioning,
So do
just a whole lot of repetition of stuff. We really working on my weaknesses. You know, it's not a lot of you know, boxing that I'm doing. Like that's what I'm great at. You know, I'm working on avoiding takedowns. I'm working on getting takedowns. I'm working on how to get up if I'm taken down. Like all the stuff that I'm weak at, I spend the most time. So um it's been some hard training, but I'm definitely learning every day. And that's why I live here. Like I can walk over there to the gym right now. Like I live in a dorm that's right next door to the gym. So if they say, hey, you got training at 9 o'clock in the morning, I can get up at 8:55 and walk right next door and be
you,
at the gym ready to train. It's like
then,
that quick, you know. So and then at the end of the day I always do my cardio. And that's just to make sure that you know, I go and get my 3-4 miles in. It's hard to breathe down here, Dimitri.
yeah,
I'm
that
in a high
sucks, right?
altitude, so the more I push it to, you know, I ran 2.5 miles the other day. Next time I run, I'm gonna go for 3.
Is the cardio that you do, is that with a trainer or by yourself?
The training I do is with it's with the trainers.
No, I'm saying no, the cardio, the
No,
cardio that you do.
you know, already know. Like I'm definitely on my own
Well, I don't know if they have
cardio.
a setup for you to kind of people run together or whatever.
You know, I'm not really good at running outside after I dislocated my knee last
Yeah,
year.
right.
Yeah, so I don't really run a lot on my knee, like up on the concrete. So it's only the treadmill for me, or it's a track.
How much do you eat now?
I
How
only
many
eat
times a day?
fish.
How many days? How
Uh,
many times a day do you eat?
I get up and eat a pretty good breakfast: some oatmeal, honey, bananas,
Mm-hmm.
boiled eggs, and then I eat after training. Like I'm supposed to be eating actually right now. I need to order me some food, and then I eat again like at 6, 7, but I don't eat after 8:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't like to eat that late. You know, I got like all my food goes to my either my legs or my stomach, so I don't eat after 8:30.
So do you feel like you need less time for boxing training camp because you're in such good shape? Do you feel that in
Yeah.
boxing you'll be able to focus more on just technique and tactics, so to say, and just training to get better as opposed to making weight?
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely think I only need 4 weeks for the camp because I'm already in shape. And I used to do 6 to 8 weeks because my weight was so high, but I haven't been, you know, I haven't been 185 in forever. Like I walk around at 170 now.
Wow.
You know, and my New Year's resolution is to walk around at 165. So I got some work to do, you know, with the 5 pounds. And I can work my way down to 165 pounds, but actually walking around at that weight, you know, waking up and being 165 pounds, kind of hard.
Right.
Somebody said, do women's legs go like guys do with sex? See, a funny thing too, right? I don't have sex 4 weeks before a fight. My man can't touch me. Like there's no sexual activity. And it used to be 6. But
Listen,
now I changed it. I changed it to 4 in the last couple fights. But definitely sex affects women's legs just like it does the men. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
you don't avoid the tough questions.
Huh?
You don't avoid the tough questions.
Nah. I'm definitely gonna talk about it. You
Yeah.
know.
So you think it does?
No, I definitely think it do. And I actually tested it out when I was in the amateurs, you know, just trying some shit. And man, like what the fuck? I thought I almost had a
Did you
girl out of
win?
there, could not push to finish her. She
Yeah.
she was rocking me like this. Like I won't say she was rocking me, but she was hitting me, and I felt like my legs just could not push. You know, like this girl was holding me on the ropes. I'm like, where the fuck is my legs? And only thing I kept thinking about was like, bro, I just had sex 2 days ago, bro. What the fuck? You know, so I don't do that. Like that was my only time. My only time. Like, you know what? I ain't doing that junk no more. It's a
That's
wrap.
great. That's great discipline on your part.
Yeah, and you know what? And it makes the fighter, well, women, especially for me, it just makes me just more you know, like you know how I be fight week, you know, you be kind of scared of me fight week.
That's it. Clorenzo.
Yeah, you know, Claressa. Yeah, you be scared as hell. You be like, I don't know if I can talk to her right now.
Yeah.
You know, so I be like, really, like, you say something I don't like, I'm just, ooh, you
And you
know,
look,
same
you
way in
look,
fight.
and you look. A fight week, you always look very skinny. I mean,
Yeah, very,
you're
very
almost,
skinny, very, very
but
mean.
you're just a little bit, a couple of pounds over it. But you look really, really good.
Yeah, I'm super fit right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just haven't tried to push to lose like a whole bunch of weight. Like I made sure, like I said, I walked around up at 170, but I was big as 190, you know, just 6, 7 months ago. I was
Right,
huge,
right.
you know.
Sounds good.
Somebody said Claressa is the female Earl Spence. Thank you, Boogie Woman. But
I mean, with all due respect to Clarence Spence is a great fighter, but as a social figure and as a celebrity and as someone that does things outside the ring for the people, I think Clarissa is like Muhammad Ali to me. Errol Spence is great, not he's fantastic, awesome champion, one of the best pound for pound fighters, but
yeah,
he doesn't bring to the table all the things that Clarissa Shields brings to the table.
I
Just
mean,
I'm being real.
I
I mean,
think
just real.
speaking of a lot of male boxers, they're kind of like one dimensional. Like they don't really like engage with the fans that much. They don't really, get out their comfort zone and do things besides boxing. And I guess that, me, I'm all over. I got my YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram, my Facebook fan page. I'm on Snapchat. I'm doing coat giveaways, turkey giveaways. I'm like all over. So yeah,
That's right.
a lot of boxers are just like, I just want to box and that's it. A lot of them aren't really looking at um, you know, stepping outside their comfort zone and shit like that. But I love Earl Spence and I love a lot of the male fighters. But they just kind of like to just chill, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Which I used to be the same way because sometimes it can be a lot, but I always try to make time to get back to the people and everything.
That's right. And it's fantastic.
Yeah, so listen, I'm gonna let y'all go. Dimitri, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
cool talking with
Just
you, my man. I'm
having a
finna
nice,
call you when I get off here. I'm finna call you. But
sounds good.
for everybody on here, like y'all have a good day.
Thank you
And
guys for tuning in. Thank you, Clarissa.
yep, and I just want to tell y'all it's 5 ways to prepare for something. I'm telling you, every day you get up, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Again, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So prepare and you will succeed. Word out.